They're calling it a house of horrors. Police in New Mexico are charging two parents with starving their 7 children, forcing them to live in underground caves and sexually abusing at least one of them. The details are horrific. Melvin and Valerie Cordell are being held in jail without bond. The district attorney says this is one of the worst cases he's ever dealt with. I'm Kristen Thorne, and this is In Touch Investigates. We must warn you, the things you're about to hear and see are disturbing. In February, police in Deming, New Mexico uncovered this house of horrors. They say children from 6 months old to 16 were living year-round outside in what they described as like a city trash landfill. The children lived in broken down cars or trailers and in caves and tunnels underground. They were surrounded by trash, buckets of human feces, and animal skeletons. Prosecutors say they believe Melvin and Valerie Cordell would starve their children or feed them rotten food. Police found the property after one of the teenage children came forward to them saying her father and other family members had been raping her for years. She told them that her father had performed 2 abortions on her at home and destroyed or hid the aborted fetuses. The Cordells have pled not guilty to the charges, but prosecutors there are beginning to build their case against the couple. District Attorney Norman Wheeler and Chief Deputy District Attorney Cynthia Clark join me to discuss this disturbing case. First, I want to get your reaction to this case. I mean, the details are horrible.
I've been a prosecutor, a long time. I've been an attorney for 38 years, but it's probably the most horrible case and the most traumatized victims I have ever worked with. And I have to give a lot of credit to the state police officer, Antonio Carrillo, who's been handling this case. He did a great job before we took office in really setting that rapport with our main witness, who's 16. The other children are much younger, and there are other issues which I can't discuss with regard to them, but our main reporter in disclosures would not have happened but for the fact that the officer set up this relationship. And when I entered into it with him, we've worked really hard to get her trust. And that took so many meetings, hours of meetings, and she is amazingly strong, but so traumatized by years and years and years of this abuse.
You saw the conditions that they were living in.
Yes, I did actually go during one of the most recent search warrants, and there are no words to describe that location. The location is like a landfill. There's spoiled food and feces, as was stated, and the sleeping arrangements are in vehicles and the tunnels really underground.
DA Wheeler, what is your reaction to this case?
Ultimately, my reaction is going to be one, I believe, of relief that, that it was discovered and that it's worked its way to an end, and justice is served in the case. I'm extremely grateful that state police got involved and this particular investigator got involved. He's done a marvelous job on it. And we're hoping that the children are going to be able to develop some sense of normalcy under these circumstances.
Do you guys have any concern that these allegations from these children were complaints that they made to a public official, maybe a school counselor or someone at the school, and it wasn't followed through on?
There are hints that may be the case. That's part of an ongoing investigation.
DA Wheeler and Chief Deputy District Attorney Cynthia Clark, thank you so much for joining us. Melvin and Valerie Cordell won't be seeing their children anytime soon. The children are in protective custody with the state. For In Touch Investigates, I'm Kristen Thorne.